No, I wasn't even smart. Echo, there's nothing more satisfying. Like, I had hit a point in life where I thought just taking away my own life was an option. You see, it's difficult to answer that. Probably because I'm not a professional. My music is just about two things. It was natural for me to get upset about it and make noise about it. You hit the nail on the head.
You're still an upcoming artist.
The rap on that song. Other day, nakumenya munandi twali nankwe kusukulu atile congratulations boy kwena ulechitika kumwena felionse kumwela as a friend I'm so proud of you ulya ushiku nali kumwene ku Facebook na wakate.
Beautiful people, welcome to our channel, and we are live on Mokambo podcast. And for today, I am your host as usual, and my guest, I'm still smiling. My guest for today is no other than Davies, Dave Music, Dave Music. I'm humbled that you've actually hosted you.
Thank you, my brother. The feeling is mutual.
Anyway, thank you very much for your time. So let's get into business. It's like maybe people are furious into listen to your story, to part of your story. Maybe there's some of the people just to watch you, see your music videos, just listen to you. They don't know some of your background and a certain part of your story. So can you just introduce who is Day Music, in case there's someone who's just watching you for the first time?
Okay, so my real name is Davies Wangwe. Then musically, I love to call myself as Davies Day Music.
Okay.
Davies, yes. Yeah. So there's nothing really special about Day Music. Okay. Nothing really technical. Day Music is just something to differentiate me from every other person who's doing music out there.
Okay.
Under the same name.
Yeah, in case there's another Davies.
Yes. But again, it didn't just come from nowhere.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Day is simply an acronym.
Okay. For
Davies and Yoram.
Oh,
because
so I even thought that maybe your days in music are
no, it's just an acronym. Okay. It represents our names because I belong to a duo.
Okay.
Where the other member is Yoram.
Okay.
So it's simply Davies and Yoram music collaboration.
All right.
Just two gentlemen working together to create music.
Okay. Yeah. So for that, I think we'll come back to that. So what do you in music? So how did you start music? Can you tell us a brief background about how you started music and what type of music you do?
Okay. So I do gospel and conscious music.
Okay.
But my story in music dates way back up to when I was just a kid. Should be somewhere around 6, 7, 8 years old, thereabout. So I grew up in a home where music was played a couple of times.
Okay.
And right from a young age, I really loved listening to music. As a matter of fact, whilst people of my age were getting excited about new movies, cartoons and whatnot, for me, music was a thing. So I actually found it more interesting listening to music than sitting before the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was from there that the journey began, and we're here.
So apart from that, is there any big artist or maybe a celebrity or a person, someone who's doing music by then before you started, who inspired you?
There are quite a number. Growing up, I listened a lot to. Actually, my main guy was there was this Tanzanian guy who had hit the waves at some point. His name is Mr. Nice.
Okay, Mr. Nice.
Yeah, musically was called that way. So he's from Tanzania and he created a lot of hits. He made the whole country dance. Yeah. I don't know about other countries, but Zambia, we really danced to his music. So he really inspired me. I loved his style. And in fact, growing up, my friends would even call me Mr. Nice. Because I loved the guy with so much passion. You wouldn't say a negative thing about him. I would take it personally.
Or maybe they called you Mr. Nice because of the looking. You're smart and you are...
No. I wasn't even smart growing up. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't even smart, but the guy just, did it for me.
Right.
I loved him. But aside from him, I also listened to locals, the likes of Dan Kaya.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the likes of JK, Exile. And then on the gospel side, Nathan Nyirenda has always been my man,
No.
and Ephraim as well.
All right.
Yes.
So, what has been the most memorable moment in like from the time you started music?
You know, Echo, there's nothing more satisfying than seeing your songs where your songs stop being yours, and then they become other people's real stories.
Okay.
Yeah. So one morning, I received a call from a stranger, and they're telling me, you know what, I just woke up listening to your song this morning, and I felt, coming back to life. Like I'd hit a point in life where I thought just taking away my own life was an option. But when I listened to your song,
Wow.
I felt like I think I need to give it one more shot. Life is still worth more living.
That's little good. That's
Yeah.
little
So
good.
those are exciting moments that we see as artists.
Sure. So, from your introduction, I was expecting you to, from what you do, I was expecting you to talk about the part of being an instrumentalist.
Oh,
I know you
okay.
play a keyboard.
Yeah, I do.
So, how do you balance like being a vocalist and or being a musician? You sing and also playing instrument, because I think a lot of like way back, I remember a lot of churches could even invite you
To play for them,
yeah, and
yeah.
maybe others would invite you to minister like music. So how do you balance between the two?
Okay, so before I come to that, I think I probably left out that part because I didn't introduce myself as an instrumentalist.
Yes, okay.
Probably because I'm not a professional instrumentalist. I'm more of a singer than than an instrumentalist. But
Are you
coming
sure?
to your question,
Yeah.
yeah, I know I do play a keyboard, but I'm not a professional.
Okay.
I just learned how to play a keyboard because I thought of how I would become self-sufficient, because there are times when people would ask you to the event as a musician, and then they don't want you to come with a group of people. They just want you.
Yes.
So it becomes an advantage on your part when you can at least play an instrument and also be able to sing.
Sure.
Yeah, but balancing as an instrumentalist and also as a singer is something that happens natural.
Sure.
I just read the occasion.
Okay.
Is this something that needs me to be an instrumentalist, or is it something that needs me to
So
be
which
a
one
singer?
boosts the other? Does your singing boost being an instrumentalist, or because of the way you play keyboard boost the way you sing? Which one among the two?
You see, it's difficult to answer that question because it's something just happens naturally.
Naturally.
Like, okay, I would say my voice is something that helps me to deliver a message.
Okay.
And then the instrument is something that creates the atmosphere for that message.
So which one did you?
So they work hand in hand.
So which side did you start first? Playing the keyboards or
I started out as a singer.
as a singer? Then keyboard came on later.
Later on.
Okay, so let's talk about your faith. So how has your faith shaped you, like in your music and also in your ministration?
I like to look at faith from this angle because many times when we talk about faith, we are talking about what God is able to do. But the basic form of faith is when one believes that God exists. And that in itself should shape the way you conduct yourself.
Okay.
So before I think of what God is able to do, the question is, how has my faith transformed my life? How does it make me behave?
Yes.
Yeah. So how has that now helped me in my music journey?
Yes.
I've been able to get certain favors
Okay.
from people because of the kind of person that they thought I was, or that they think I am, simply because of my faith. I've gotten favors from producers, my fellow singers, and just people in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what message do you expect like your listeners to get from your music?
My music is just about two things. If it is not making you to worship God or helping you to directly um, improve your relationship with God, then it is making you think. Yes, so the gospel side of it, I'm there just to uplift people and get them to view the love of God, and also just getting to appreciate God for what He does and who He is.
So, is there a time in life whereby your faith has helped you overcome challenges?
Yeah, of course. A lot of times,
Okay.
you know, life is about faith, but let me say this. You know, as an artist, because I'm an upcomer, and as an upcoming artist, there are a lot of challenges that you face in the way. Rejection, people not believe in what you are able to deliver, and just difficulties like resources to put your work together, all that can, you know, hinder you from making progress as a musician. But that's where now faith comes in. I've learned to exercise patience and always know that there will always be one time when it's going to work out. If it doesn't work out today, there's still probably a time when it is going to work out.
Sure.
Yeah, I can tell this story. I remember there was a time that I traveled to Lusaka. There was a musical function that was taking place, and I was enlisted to perform. And then what happens is that the event was crowded with a lot of big artists. So what happens? The big artists perform, and the event ends without being given a chance to do my thing.
Okay.
Now imagine you have traveled. I traveled from the Copperfield and I went to Lusaka. You see that? I went to Lusaka to go and do my music, and then I end up not being given a chance. So it was natural for me to get upset about it and make noise about it. But you know what came to my mind? I was like, no, this is the time. There's a time when you are going to matter. There's a time when you are going to be the first priority.
Sure.
But you have to learn to embrace every moment. So that's what it does.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, aside from that, maybe why among all the instruments, why did you choose on playing a keyboard?
No, I didn't choose the keyboard. I didn't choose the keyboard. It's probably the first instrument that I was exposed to.
Okay.
Yeah, and I found it more interesting because it's more like when you learn to play a keyboard, it's more like a one-man's band situation. There are a lot of instruments that you can be able to play along with on the keyboard, unlike these other instruments.
Okay, what genre are you good at?
On the gospel side, I'm more into soul worship.
Okay.
And then
not you singing, but you playing.
Which one is that? Honestly, I haven't paid attention to that, but I go with what is there.
Okay.
Maybe you have seen me play keyboard. What do you think? Okay, I love worship songs. They're so kind of.
I've seen, but anyway, is that most of the time you're playing? Okay, I've seen you playing and while ministering a worship song, but I think I love your touch, especially when you're doing Kalindora.
You hit the nail on the head. So actually, I was about to say the same. I just remembered in the process when you asked me the question. If you ask me which one is my favorite, I would say Kalindula, but I don't know if that's the thing I'm best at, because I also do a bit of soukous from Congo. The Seven styles and what. But I think there's a way I feel about Kalindula.
There's a certain bass you play like it. Even anytime I'm making a beat, especially if it's Zambian sound, I've got that bass of yours. I've just gone with it. So story of another day. So let's talk about the music collaboration. You said it's an acronym, right? For Dave and Yola. What's about this duo? Is it a record label or just a duo? That's the name of the duo.
This one is a creative collective.
Okay.
It's not a record label per se, but it's a creative collective where two talented gentlemen come together and they want to put their skill together.
Okay.
to create something that can, help people out there.
So,
Yeah.
We've been using a lot of English, and I've just realized that the audience not quite up sana sana.
Imagine.
So, what do we know what the music, or is it just coming together?
No, their music, like I said, this is the creative collective. So to abafiati to be kafia manopam.
Okay.
There is no single owner. It is owned by a team, but one person leads at a time. Yeah. So depending on the project that we are working on, if it's Yoram who initiated it, then he probably has the overall idea of how he wants it to come out. Of course, I'll do my contribution, and then the song itself at the end of the day is going to decide who leads.
Okay. Oh, so even okay. I get it. I wanted to so just okay from you and Yoram. So is it, I've seen you doing separate songs. Sometimes you can do Mbafe Mweka and maybe Yoram na wena Mbafe Mweka. So how do you come together? Like what's a, or for instance, maybe someone wants to feature you. Is it the both of you, or okay, how do you work, like when it comes to work? You're a duo, so how sometimes yes you do projects together. one sometimes together. So how do you work, like so okay, let me phrase it like this. So can you just wake up I think the Fox stuff single, you have to notify your friend that I think they'll naremba kufeneka single.
I get you. So like I said, this is the team of two soloists.
Sure.
Yeah, so Yoram would be doing his own projects, and I would be doing my own projects. But at the end of the day, we have something that we are going to do together.
Right?
Yeah, so if I'm doing something here, I would notify him, say, oh bro, I'm working on something like this. What's your take? How do you feel about it? Even him, when he's doing something, he's of course going to let me know.
Yeah, sure.
But at the end of the day, we are free to do our own things. He can do his own projects alone, even without me.
Okay.
He can even ask me to feature on his projects.
Okay. So how did you come up, how did you guys come together? Like, let's start a duo.
So it happened one time that I was rehearsing with my keyboard, and then
Where was that?
Should be somewhere around 20.
No, the place.
Oh, the place. It was some place here in Mufrila.
Okay.
Yeah, some place here in Mufrila, because
Yoram is from also Mufrila as well.
Yeah, he's from Mufrila, but currently he's based in Osaka.
Okay.
So I was rehearsing at home, and then he was passing by. So he heard the sound and he got interested. That's how he came by. I was like, bro, I like what you're doing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's really good. Are you also a singer? I was like, yeah. Let's see what you got. And then he also did this thing, and we're like, how about meeting one of these fine days we do something together? And that's how it started. So we started meeting from there. Before we realized it became a team.
So you talked about you're still an upcoming artist. So I wanted to skip that question, but it's still coming in my mind.
Yeah.
So I've seen you doing music with Pastor Peter Powanga. There's also an event which is coming, sharing a stage with Francis Kadonki. So you're still an upcoming artist.
Yeah, I'm still an upcoming artist.
Okay, who's an established artist and who's an upcoming artist?
For me, I think we are all upcomers in a way, because music keeps on changing. I'd say music is dynamic, so we never stop learning. We are always going up. But if I'm to answer that question, according to how we define an established artist, I think it's somebody who has penetrated through the mainstream.
Okay.
At least they are well known, and their music is being appreciated, at least on a wider scale.
Because you've left me with a question here. So I was thinking, what's Karev Kabu upcoming artist in Def Marco? Then I'm looking at you and you're saying that an upcoming artist.
Okay. No, for me, I'll always be an upcomer. I think. I'll always be an upcomer.
Then where am I going to be?
I don't know. I don't know. But maybe it's how we look at these things. Like I said, I gave you, I think, a description of what we usually look at it as an established artist.
Okay.
So people, when people penetrate through the mainstream, they think they are there. But I mean, when you get there, for me, it should tell you that you even have to work more harder, because now there'll be more work for you. So you still need to be consistent to keep that level.
Okay.
So that's why I said, for me, I'll always be an upcomer.
Always be an upcomer.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, there's just that question mark in me. So let's talk about your relationship between you and Amaeko.
Who is Amaeko?
So,
so
I've hosted you're not interviewing me. So I've seen Amaeko. There's a certain post way back. It was like Tetkumeko sounds up without day music.
So for those who do not know, Amaeko is actually the guy interviewing me right here. So the relationship with Amaeko is I'd say Amaeko is family. He's my G.
Okay.
Yeah, because our relationship dates from way back. I've watched him, take his space in the music industry, and also watching him, find his roots on the digital space. So Amaeko is just family.
Okay. So
you're my G.
So anyway, let me say this. Let me confess this. Maybe others never saw the video. So this man seated here is the one who do you remember? Our God is a God, dude, never fails. Our God is a God, dude. No. I have decided to follow Jesus.
I remember.
I
did the rap on that song. Please. I was a rapper, by the way.
So,
I was a rapper.
Like, by that time, I think you are already done with school. I was still doing maybe, I think, I was this should be summer graduation. You started, that was my junior plays.
Yeah.
You could, I still remember even the first day, like, I've never sang in front of people. Then there's that song, like, I don't know how you so what potential did you see me, like, in seeing me? You taught me the keyboard, singing, also even the just lap flow, because I remember there's this, I am Mungu wa mirere wa mape. Do you remember that? At Virginia Place, the one ministering per offering. Then that's my first song. I still remember it. We came to Mariesos by then. Medina, Purity, where most of those were good. Like us two were just like that. Then he told me, can you sing? Actually, I came fast. I came early. Then we liaised with you. Like, you were playing. Can you play from this song? Yeah, then the following week, like, you gave me to sing. Like, so. So for me, I tell people that I think I am here because it's you who actually grew me. So what potential did you see in me?
Every person.
But I was supposed to ask you that question in person, but let's talk about it
because you brought it up. Every person in life is helped by people, and for me, church has been a platform where I've learned a lot about my music. So music-wise, church has been more like my training ground, and so with that, I've also taken it upon myself. Whenever I see somebody with potential, the same way I was helped, I always take it upon myself to always.
What did you have to break keyboard
to help? My uncle did.
Okay.
Yeah, so he introduced me to the basics, and then I built it up from there. When something is just in you, you always take it to another level.
Because I also remember that was the time I was starting. That was the time, like, you were preparing for my grade 9 exam.
Yeah.
Then I came there, you gave me the keys. This out to in G shine. Then I think you gave me a keyboard for almost a week.
Yeah, too.
So you just gave me the condition, just keep it clean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did.
Just keep it clean. Then I kept it clean. You should you bring it next week. Then I don't know if you are testing me because I brought it. Then you saw the condition. It was just. Then again, you gave me another week.
Yeah.
I was going through. Then my kids na water. Then you separated. I went grade 10 somewhere. And yeah. So anyway, apart from that, we are here to talk about you. So which artist are you, do you wish to collaborate in like? Okay, before I talk about the new collaboration, you have been seeing your incoming
conscious album.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are the expectations? Like what are you expecting from your listeners, your viewers, like to do before you release that song?
Like what I expect from the people?
Yeah.
From my followers, the lovers of my music.
Okay.
I just expect you to raise your expectations.
Okay. So then what are we expecting from that?
There's so much to expect from this album. Like this album has touched a lot of aspects. You know, the thing with me is that I don't just write music from the blues. Every song that I write, they're drawn from real experiences, either mine or other people's experiences. So everything in that album is nothing about funny, nothing about entertainment, but those are real stuff there.
When is it dropping?
We were supposed to drop it by the end of this month, but we had a few technical challenges with my producer. He's still working on one or two things. Okay. So I cannot announce here, but I'm hoping that by this coming month we'll be able to drop it.
Okay. So how many songs are in there?
There are 8 songs.
8 songs.
Yes.
Okay. So can you share the album title?
Filtered Life.
Filtered Life.
Filtered Life.
Yeah, Filtered Life. So
Filtered Life.
You know, it's should I say this? The time for the artwork, like Filtered Life. You know, it's I'm looking at where we are right now.
Yeah.
Almost everything coming of Mama AI shine. You know.
Yeah.
It's I'm sure you please let's expect this album.
Yeah.
So please, so to share where you are going to find that album, and definitely
you want me to do a sample of the Filtered Life?
Yeah, sure.
So Filtered Life.
Yeah.
Okay, before I do a sample. So this song is basically about, the pressure that we get from seeing other people online, the kind of life that, people put out there.
Sure.
And then we tend to feel like we are lagging behind. You look at your friends, they're posting good stuff, nice pictures, and you are like, well, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, people are happening out there. But the reality of the matter is that not everything that we see out there is real. Those are just highlights. You'd realize that, true. Yeah, you'd realize that the people that you are even admiring out there are even worse off than you. You are doing fine. So the goal is to concentrate on real life, making real progress, and getting to appreciate every step that you make.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's like the other day nakumenyo munandi twali nankwe kusukulu atile congratulations voyi kwena ulechitika kumwena felionse kumwela as a friend I'm so proud of you bulya bushiku nali kumwene ku Facebook na bakateka na futi nali kumwene ku Dubai na basemeki ni AI boy ni AI witina ni AI wa mwene ni AI jongo Davies
and what actually yeah, for you, because even the time when Davido Liklos came in Zambia, people could make photos. I was also with him. So actually, before I didn't even pay attention, there's this guy, the guy I know, like,
yeah.
Then I saw that Yaranga sometimes I'm a cat in a da. So and so you like I think I shared the number, start doing others. From the album, what's a song you're proud of and why?
With music, every musician would actually agree with me. You are always proud of your work. So for me, every song makes sense. But we'll now give it to
the people.
So
okay, no, from
but
you.
I can promise every song in this album
Sure.
is a hit.
All right. So so from is the okay. If you've shared, so what's a why AI or why filter drive among all the titles? Why?
Like it's what I'm from explaining. This is a real pressure that we are facing at this time. If you ask every young person out there, even big people, there's just that pressure whereby you're trying to compare your life with other people. Now with the advent of AI, it's even making things worse. Because you are comparing your real life with something that's not real. So it's just to make somebody out there embrace their own life, embrace reality, and never mind what you see online. It's not everything that we see.
Yeah, we've reached actually to the end of our podcast. So, is there a message you want to leave to the viewers out there? Any message you'd love to leave to your viewers?
Okay. The message I would love to leave to the viewers, those who love music, is that look out for my album titled Filtered Life. I can promise this album is a perfect one.
It's perfect.
You won't skip a song.
Filtered.
Yeah. You won't skip a song. Actually, I also did a remix of We Are One. Remember We Are One? We Are One.
Yeah,
so I
I
did a remix of that song because I feel it's also a song of the moment. Yeah, looking at the political division that takes place during electoral period. So we are there to tell people that regardless of our different political affiliations, our religious attachment, different things that define us as a people, at the end of the day we are one people.
But why did I miss that song? I think I was supposed to be there because I think that if there's someone who's troubled about that song, it's me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anytime. So we've come to the end of our podcast. What's your favorite verse before we close? What's your favorite verse?
From the song or from the Bible?
From any just general. Hey, what's your favorite verse?
I'll say from the song because we're talking about my music.
Okay. Yeah.
Witina ni AI ni AI. So Witina ni AI.
Okay. Can you? Is there any Bible verse you could like to share before we go? Or just take a single verse.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite one.
Okay.
My favorite one. In life, sometimes we stress about things a lot of times.
Sure.
Wanting to do things our own way, wanting things to go our own way, and at the end of the day, life gives us a different face. So I always love to say that commit your works unto the Lord, for He is the one who is going to get them established.
Amen. Anyway, thanks for finding time.
My pleasure, Mr. Sounds. You're doing good, my man.
I appreciate it. It's because of you.
No, you have
Anyway, beautiful people, we've been watching Mokambo podcast, and my guest today was no other than Davies, Day Music collaboration. So this one is my teacher, yeah, kasinga twalipa mafi today and others, but this person has been my teacher, so I'm here because of him. Triple my interviews, I'll share this in person.
It's like you don't want to end this.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, thanks once again for coming. Anyway, people, any handles on Facebook, people, so that can catch you, can follow you.
So we are on Facebook as Day Music Collaboration. We are on YouTube as Day Music Collaboration. You can also look out for us on TikTok. We are holding 2 separate accounts. One is Davies Day Music, and then the other one is Yoram Day Music.
All right. Yes. So I think we'll share the handles in the bio, so people should follow. Anyway, please, let's support this person. Let's support Davies. Let's support his music. Yeah. So otherwise, thank you very much for watching. This is Mokambo Podcast, and see you again.